What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to get this 13th mega token here in Roblox in the game Arsenal as a part of the Hunt Mega Edition. So when you join the game right here, you can see there's the Hunt event. Just click on that one to join this map over here. So we're going to go downstairs. We turn around as soon as we're in there. Make sure you get all 12 tokens before this, otherwise you're not going to be able to do this as usual. I'm pretty sure you guys got that if you're at this point. So we're just going to kind of shoot our way through the basement here. Not really difficult. It's not like we've got difficult enemies or anything. You got a pretty good gun, and we're just going to make our way through. So this guy has a note, doesn't really mean anything. You don't really have to write down that note. It's just sort of a random red herring thing, maybe to try to get people to waste their time a little bit. But anyways, that note doesn't really mean anything. Just follow where we're going over here, and then we're going to go straight ahead. We're going to go through this room. Again, killing more guys as we're going through. Now this mission overall, not really tough or anything. It's just time consuming. It's probably going to take you, 45 minutes to an hour just to get it done. But it's just, going through and playing this little mini game that they've created. So we want to come in this room over here and look up. And then when we look up, we shoot that target, and then it's going to teleport us over to a laboratory where apparently we're not welcome, which is, I don't know, sounds kind of rude to me. Anyways, so what we're going to do here in this next area, we see these valves right here. We've got like the red, green, blue, and yellow, and you see the key up there. So you just want the valves to point to the direction that it looks up in the key. So yeah, green is facing right, red facing left. There's a yellow and a blue. They're not over here. Actually, they're right behind you. So you turn around. There we go. So remember, okay, blue goes right and yellow goes right. So we're going to go and keep interacting with this one until it's facing the right direction. And then again, blue, same thing, has got to be facing right. So we're going to go up to this blue, and I'm going to face this way. So again, some of these things are just randomized, so you guys are probably going to have a different key. So just make sure you're doing what it says up there. And then we're going to go into this laboratory. And in this laboratory, we have a few things that we need to do, and there's a couple different rooms where we can do all the things that we need to do. Janitor's closet in this other room, not really something that we care about. But there's right here the lab. Over here, the STRL solder lab. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't seem like a word. Anyways, this says right here what you got to do, and you can see there's also parts in the background that have different colors for the different parts that you got to get. So you got like a step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and it says first we have to do is go and find all of those parts. Now the colors of the parts that we've got are, in our case, all yellow. So we're going to go over here to the lab, and we're going to find all these pieces, and one at a time we're going to go and put them onto that little table over there. So one at a time we're going to grab it, and we're going to put it over here on the slab thing. Make sure you've got the right color, otherwise it's not going to get placed in the proper place where you're supposed to do it. But yeah, we've got blue, we've got red, and we've got yellow. I don't know, there might be other colors. Just make sure you're looking at those colors. If you're colorblind, I don't know. I guess there's no way you're going to win the $1 million because, yeah, these things are all color-coded. So pick up this last one over here, this third one, and we're going to come and put it on this little lab area. We're going to drop that right there. And then now that we've got all of those on there, we can interact with them to align them. So at this point, now we're going to assemble this thing. So we're going to keep aligning it, then we're going to form it, we're going to put some bolts on it. Going to put this whole thing together. So we're going to put the screw in there, and then put a screw in there, put another screw in there, and another screw in there. Okay, so now we've got that helmet put together. So now that we've got the helmet put together, what we need to do is find like a certain formula that we need to pour into it to make us go, I don't know, crazy and go into another whole virtual world. Anyways, so now we need to go and make a fluid in the chem lab, the transformational fluid. I think, I don't know why it maybe hashtags part of the word. I don't get it. Anyways, we got to go make a fluid. So in order to make the fluid, we need to go to the chem lab. And we're all going to have notes on the wall. Now, your colors are going to be different than mine, so make sure you guys are paying attention to all the different notes. So we've got 4B, purple is before yellow. So these also are in order too. It's A, B, C, D. So they'll have that sort of like that sort of priority going on. So you're going to want to write these down. So you're going to want to write this one down. The purple is before yellow. And then I've got some other ones here in the lab that we're going to take a look at. looking at all my notes, basically, we've got, purple is before yellow. I've got red is first. I've got blue is not last. And I've got green is after blue. So listening to 4A, that tells me that red is first. Okay, so red is my first one. We've got 5 different colors. And then for 4B, I've got purple and then yellow. So red, purple, yellow. And then 4C says blue is not last. And then for D says green is after blue. So that means it's blue and then green. And then if I've got red, purple, yellow, blue, green, that satisfies the conditions. So what I want to do is I want to pour these vials here into this in that specific order. So again, for me, it's red, purple, yellow, blue, green. You're going to have a different order. You need to look at these notes. And basically the first note tells you which one's first. The second note, B, tells you which one's second and third. And then C and D tells you which one's fourth and fifth. So basically D, it's whatever it says like is not last is going to be the fourth one, and then whatever it says is after the one that's not last is going to be the last one. So just pay attention to that. Make sure like you're paying attention to what your colors are, and then we're going to grab that beaker with the mixture that we've made. And now what we need to do is we need to look at the notes. Looks like we need to go into the cold storage, and we have to make it a vibrant pink color. Again, if you do this next step and your potion is not like a vibrant pink color when you're done, then you've probably got the order wrong. Look at your notes and try to go through that one more time so you can see exactly what you're supposed to do that correctly. So now what we're going to do, let's see, chem lab, we got the physics lab, and then we've got the cold storage right here. So also you're going to have a different number right here. It says freezer temp must be set to 5 degrees. So for me, it's 5 degrees. You could have any number, whatever, just increase and decrease this number so that it matches whatever the number is on that note. And then go in here, and then we're going to place our beaker down there. So we need to go back out of this room, and then we're going to close the cold storage door, go back to it, close it, and then it's going to take, I don't know, just a couple seconds. We're going to sit and wait, let the whole thing cool off a little bit, and then it is going to open all by itself here eventually. And if it opens up and you've got that pink color right there, then you've done it correctly and you are good to move on to the next step. Again, if it's not pink, you're gonna have to go back and redo that potion. So now we're gonna pour the potion here inside of this device, and then we're gonna grab this device and we're gonna put it on our heads. So now this is actually the part now that's gonna take a really, really, really long time. Now, again, it's not difficult. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like Paper Mario sort of game. I'm speeding this up at like 10 speed so you guys can just kind of watch through it, but really it's not easy. You do it, or it's not difficult. You do attacks. I would say talk to every NPC and explore every area, because there are different there's different herbs and potions and revives, and some of the NPCs give things to you, so talk to them. When you guys are in battles, I would say you want to focus on the commander first, if there's a commander, because the command unit is going to get more units to come in. So if you kill one of the other units and a command unit dude is still there, he's going to just call in some more of the other units, and then you kind of back where you started. So I would say command units. If you see any treasure chests, pick those up, like explore all of the areas, because there's different units and items or things that you can pick up. These guys, like, so the herbs, I was never able to actually get any of the herbs to work for me. But yeah, basically just getting by on the potions and the revives. And then you've got different characters. At first you got one character, and then you've got 2 characters. And then towards the end, you've got a yellow character that comes and helps you. And the yellow character is even more powerful. So they also have different abilities. Delinquent has one where he can make himself kind of hit harder on the next time. I don't really use his ability. Her ability, though, the Rabble Rouser ability, is pretty useful because she's got the ability to kind of heal some of the other people. So you've got like a healing ability that you've got going on there without actually using one of the potions. So sometimes strategically, it's better to just kind of use that as a move when you know you have another move and it's going to kill the other characters and take care of them for you. So yeah, that's what you do. You just kind of keep going through. You follow the arrows and you make it to the end. And eventually, when you get to the end, you're going to be fighting a tank. And you'll get through that, and after you beat the tank, then you are good to go. You're going to get the badge, and then you can move on to the next one. But I will just kind of let this play out, guys. I'll be back to say goodbye at the end after we defeat the tank. But again, guys, this whole thing probably going to take about 45 minutes just to get through like this part of the game, which is a bit of a pain. But anyways, it's not really difficult, and it's all really easy to figure out how to do it. So, all right, guys, just kind of keep an eye on this, and I will be back here when it's time to say goodbye. All right, so the tank is pretty powerful, but after you beat this tank, guys, you guys are going to get the badge here, the Mega Token, and then we can move on to Mega Token number 14. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to get the 14th Mega Token here in Roblox as a part of the Hunt event. So the game is Natural Disaster, of course. As always, make sure you've got the first tokens before you try to get this one. So when you go into the game, if you're playing in a VIP server, it's so much easier. You can select the maps that you go into. But we go to headquarters over here, and we talk to this guy who's just kind of standing here. I think there's the other 4 maps. He's going to be standing there too, so you won't have to worry about it. You can go to one of those 4 maps and just talk to him, and then he's going to tell you that there's a secret spot in the lobby. So we're going to go back to the lobby. You can do that by dying, or at the top where it says round, you can end it. So you just go stand in the middle here and then click on that, and then there's a secret passageway to take you down to the bottom. So you're going to go down into that secret passageway, and then if you go up and to the right, you can see we've got this room right here, and it's got 4 different places on the maps, like 4 different maps in the game. So there's the archway game, there's the launch pad, there's the headquarters, and there is the school. So in each of those 4 places, they're basically going to tell you a specific disaster, or at least that unnamed man is. So if we go to the top, we can set the map to whatever we want. So we're going to go and just kind of start at the high school. If you want to end the previous round, you just click on end, and then it'll kind of get the next map started up pretty quick. So over here, you're going to see this is the guy who's kind of stuck to the ground. Now he's got a hint for this place. Now it says some people feel the rain, others just get acid burns. So that obviously is a clue for acid rain. So just try to pay attention. You're probably going to get different clues from your guys, and it's going to be an indication of one of many different disasters. Sometimes, like, there's lightning, there's earthquakes. So make sure you're paying attention, to what the clue is and what disaster they're talking about. And it could mean like a mountain in some cases. It's like, for me, I got confused with the hot one, because there's like volcano and there's other hot things. And then there's also, mountains that you don't want to climb. There's avalanches, but then there's volcanoes that you don't want to climb either. So some of the clues kind of like indicate could mean 2 different things. So you just have to kind of when you're entering the different disasters, make sure that you're kind of paying attention and just trying different things. Like if that one doesn't work and it could be a different one, try the next one. So now, second place we're going here is the archway, and it says surfs up. So obviously that is the tidal wave. So we know that the school is acid rain and the archway is a wave. So now we're going to die and go to the next place on the map. Obviously, you don't have to die. You could actually just kind of like win it by just like end the round at the top. So yeah, just end that. We're going to pick the next map here that we need to go to find what we need, and that is going to be the launch pad. So we're going to set the map for the launch pad right here. Again, this is in a VIP server. If you guys are in a public server, it may just be random, and you guys just kind of have to vote. So it may take a bit longer to get through all these different maps and make this happen. So now we're going to load into the launch pad, which is the next one for us, and we're going to find out what disaster we want to create for that area on the little models inside of the secret lab area. So again, we're going to go talk to this guy right here. Is it hot or is it just me? So it's like the floor is lava coming from the ground. This isn't the volcano one, or at least for me, this clue is not the volcano. I've got a different clue for a volcano in the next place, which you guys will see here in just a second. So yeah, again, you could just get yourself back to the lobby so you can get yourself to the next map area that you need to go to. So now we're going to go to the headquarters where we found this guy originally. So over to the headquarters right here, the modest headquarters. We're going to set the map, and we're going to go to that area next and talk to him and find out what his natural disaster in that location actually is. So usually it ends pretty quick after you click on end the round, and then you will see it spawn the new map here, and then of course you'll load into it here really quickly. So this is the 4th and final one that we need to enter the code here in the lab. So talking to him, he says, I remember hiking up something more dangerous than a mountain, which would be a volcano. You don't want to, I mean, if it's an active volcano, yeah, I mean, if you're hiking up a volcano, people do that all the time, to non-active volcanoes. But if it's an active volcano, that would be bad. But, you know, that clue seemed to me like it would actually be avalanche as well. You know, you're walking uphill and, you know, if there's an avalanche. So that clue seemed like it could mean both. But in my case, it actually meant mountain. So for me, I've got acid rain at the school. I've got the rocket, which is the heat. And then I've got the headquarters, which is the volcano. And we've got the archway, which is the tidal wave. So we're going to go up here into this room, and all we have to do is set the code properly for each of these small maps. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different buttons here for different disasters. So just go through, after you go through them a few times, you might kind of realize which ones are which. So that is the tidal wave for the archway, because that was the clue that we got from that guy for that one. So now we're going to the next one here, which is the launch pad, and the launch pad is the heat. So I'm just kind of checking through. There's a couple of these disasters that have fire, but the whole is it hot in here or is it just me seem to make sense a lot more with this one. So that is actually the correct one for this one for me, for the clues. So yeah, now we've got the other two that we need to set. We're gonna do the school here first. I remember this was the acid rain, because at first, again, I did the avalanche. Like, that doesn't look like a mountain that you want to go up, but yeah, you could see. So I set this and I thought this was proper code, but it's not. So the headquarters is the one that is not accurate yet, because that button in the back, see how it's red? We want to turn that green, and once you set the proper code, it'll turn green. So what we're gonna do is come right here. We're gonna set this one over to the volcano, and this one is not the volcano, it's the heat, like I had said before. And boom, you see in the back there, that thing is green. That green light means you are basically pretty much done with this thing. So you just got to do one more thing. But yeah, at this point, you know that you've got the code entered correctly. So you can leave the lab. You can go end whatever game is on and set the next map for the modest headquarters again. And then you can go and talk to this guy one more time, and you are going to free him from his bounding from, I think he's a Lego dude, and they just stuck him down there. Because, I mean, this looks like a Lego map, doesn't it? He looks like a Lego dude, and he's dead. Oops. Well, anyways, he still left behind a mega token, so go enjoy that mega token, and we'll move on to the next one. So, yeah, also, if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to get the 15th mega token here in Roblox, the darkness defeated in the game Eat the World. Now, I thought this was a really good one. Honestly, this was actually one of my favorites, if not the favorite, because it's so reminiscent of the egg hunt. So we're going to click on the hunt button there on the left, and we're going to teleport over to this hunt island. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go over, and first thing we got to do is we have to activate a switch that's over on this island. Now, some of this video, you know, just because we're walking to certain areas, we've sped it up a little bit, and then other times we're just gonna go kind of normal speed so you guys can see, and you're just gonna have to brush up on your obby skills a little bit. But see that button right there? You want to press that button. Now when you press that button, you press the little hunt mega edition thing on the left again, and now you're gonna see these little lights that are lighting up. And if you guys have ever played the game Simon Says, it's that Simon Says game where it lights up and then you have to follow the pattern. You have to remember the pattern and then make sure you hit these buttons at the right time. For me, it was great. It was mostly just the top two buttons, and then at the end there was one that was actually a yellow one on the bottom left, but it didn't even use the bottom right button for me, so it was actually an easy one. Now when you press the last one, you're going to see that those things are going to go away. So now that you've done these two steps, you've pressed this button on the side of this wall, and you've done the whole Simon Says thing. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back over to the noob, and we're going to go to the side of that little island that he's on, and inside that island we're going to go into that. So just kind of follow where I go. I'm just going to leave this part at like normal time, so you guys, if you're following along, you can just go at the normal pace that I'm going, and just go into this cave where I'm going, and then in the back of the cave we'll show you something that you need to get. Okay, now here we are in the cave. In the back, you can see that this wall has all these dots on it. If the wall doesn't have the writing on it, you haven't done the first two steps. Now you just want to pick up a piece off the ground and then take that piece and throw it at the wall to knock the wall down. You can't eat the wall or anything, as much as I try. So now you see in here there's a purple egg. Now this, I believe, was like modeled after an egg from the 2012 egg hunt. So yeah, that was a really, really long time ago. So now that we've got this egg, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go back up to the top and we're gonna go feed it to our noob friend. So again, just follow where I go and we'll come back and chat with you after we go and feed this to the noob. All right, here we go. We've got the noob right there in the back. He's opened up his mouth, and we're going to throw that egg at him. So what he does is he doesn't really like that egg. That egg is disgusting, and it makes him freak out. But in doing that, it makes you get teleported to the hunt. It says 2012. So, okay, if you don't remember, like down here at the bottom of this thing, there was an egg. And this thing was flooding, and there was the floodwaters going up and down, and you had to work your way down to the bottom. And if you died, you had to start all over, and it was just a really difficult egg to get. So it kind of starts you down here in the secret area where there used to be an egg there as a part of the 2012 egg hunt. And yeah, getting to the bottom of that thing was just brutal for that egg hunt for people. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Now you have to just kind of work your way up here. Now that we're up at the top here, now if you die, it does like respawn you. So you've got a checkpoint at this point. You got to do a little bit of obby skills. The mega tokens up there are pretty simple, right? You just got to go up there and grab it, which shouldn't be difficult. All you have to do is go up those stairs, you know, follow the path. But then there's going to be this egg, this killer egg, that is trying to stop you and destroy the ground in front of you. So you don't want to take a left. You see that bridge up ahead? You're going to have to basically follow where I go. You're going to have to go and take a right and then go up the steps on the right, go across the bridge, and then you have to go up a bunch of steps once you get to the top of the bridge. So as you can see, this big egg keeps popping up right in front of you no matter where you are, and it's destroying part of the landscape in front of you and trying to get you to fall through. And if you fall through that thing, then you're dead and you have to start the whole thing all over again. So yeah, don't fall in any of those holes basically. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave this at normal time as well, and just you guys can watch me making it to the top if you want to watch it faster, or if you just need to know the path to get up there. I'm taking the proper path and just kind of follow where I go. I would say just kind of watch through it and then kind of get the general idea, and then go and try it for yourself. And good luck. You know, you just got to keep avoiding that thing. Whenever you see it popping up where you are, either turn around or just jump. You know, because you get the timing right. If you're inside of it and you jump, you can jump out of it before you end up falling down the hole. So that's all you got to do, though, is just survive this obby, make it to the top, and you go get yourself a mega token at the top, and I will be back to congratulate you once we get there. And there we go, we've made it. So you just go up there and grab yourself that token, and then it's on to the 16th one. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to get token number 16, Secret of the Pass here for Roblox The Hunt Mega Edition. Now the game is Car Crushers 2. So when you join this, you just got to keep in mind there's some different areas. There's like there's the destruction facility, there's the OG area, and there's the derby, there's the destruction derby. So you have to kind of keep in mind that there's all these different places. So what we're going to do is first we're going to go over to the original destruction facility. So we got the OG destruction facility, the current destruction facility, and then destruction derby. So just kind of keep that. You get to the destruction derby from the main part where you spawn in, but yeah, derby arena's right there. But this is the OG area. We're gonna go in the OG area over here, and down at the bottom, if we've got all of our other tokens, this door is gonna open up over here, and you can see there's a secret room in there with a bunch of lights. So in order to get this whole thing started, first thing we need to do is go into the derby arenas. So we're going to go into the derby arenas here, and we don't even have to actually play inside the arena ourselves. All we have to do is, once we join, just see the end of a match. And at the end of the match, you see right there is the key. I just clicked on it. It's right in that spot. So you need to grab that key right there before you do anything else. So now that we've got that key, we're going to make our way back to that little room that we were in, which we're going to respawn. When we respawn, it sends us to the regular facility, so we got to go to the OG destruction facility again, where we've got our little area down there at the bottom. So we're going to go to the OG facility. A lot of bouncing back and forth between these. So down here is where the secret door is, though, and we're going to go down to that area. And now that we've got the key, we're going to go into this, and we're going to actually put the key in there. So we're going to press the button to interact, and now these buttons are available for us to actually get. So we're going to light up these buttons. Now, in order to light up these buttons, first thing we're going to do now is go back to the normal destruction area, the normal destruction arena, not the OG one, but the normal destruction arena. And we're going to spawn a car or truck or vehicle, whatever. And then after we do that, we're going to have to go to row 3 over here. So row 3. All right, we're going to go back here in row 3 and just follow where I go. Basically, we're just going to head out here, and then there is a hill off to the left. And then we're going to go up this hill, and up on top of the hill, there is a hole, and you need to destroy a vehicle down that hole to get the whole thing started for the rest of the vehicle destructions that you're going to go through. So this is going to be a little bit time consuming, a little bit of going back and forth between all the different areas. It's not really tricky or trivial or difficult to do. Just, again, you just have to go through all the steps. But you see that thing is lit up there, that green light. So now that we've lit up the green light, we can just, from here, we can either, go to the dealership and respawn, or we can just respawn our character and die. So it's going to send us back to the beginning area. So now if we're here at the OG destruction area down here where this secret room is, you guys can see that that thing is lit up because we've destroyed the car down that little path. So now what we need to do in order to open this door, we need to get all of those lights to light up. So we're going to go into the destruction facility, not the OG destruction facility, just the destruction facility that you get when you just normally spawn in the game. And down row 1, what you need to do is you need to destroy a vehicle on every single one of these options. So you can see right there, there's the first one, we drop it down the cliff, and then just by destroying a vehicle doing that, then that light is going to light up. But we have to go through and destroy a vehicle on every single one of these in row 1. So make sure when you respawn, it might have you pointing towards, row 2. Make sure you're going through row 1 to do all of these. You just go in there, you drop off a vehicle. In most of these, some of them you're going to freeze a vehicle, some of them you're going to drop it off of a cliff, sometimes you're going to chop it up, sometimes you're going to, do all sorts, set it on fire. There's all sorts of different things you're going to do. So if you want, you can go back to the OG facility and you can see that those lights are lighting up just to make sure you're doing that. So my lights are lighting up after I'm destroying all of these. And we're just going to keep going, guys. We're speeding this up quite a bit. So this is the part that's really just going to take a long time. It's not like it requires a whole lot of skill or anything. It's just getting in a vehicle, going in there, destroying it, getting a vehicle, going in there and destroying it. So just keep doing that over and over. Remember, in the regular destruction area, and you have to go through every single one on row 1. Okay, so that's how we do row 1. Now, it may seem like one of them's bugged, and it's like, oh, is the freezer one's not working. It's still red. Well, the freezer one, just the freezer one, you have to do here in the OG destruction arena. So you guys can see that one's lighted up. It's not bugged or anything. Just spawn over here in the OG destruction arena, not the regular one that you were in. And then we're gonna go over here to find row 1, which, okay, here we go. Okay, row 1. Now the freezer one here on the left, we're gonna put the vehicle in there, and then we're gonna freeze this vehicle. And now that we've destroyed a vehicle in this one, all of those lights are gonna be lit up, and we're gonna go back at this point and just claim our mega token. So we're gonna just make sure we destroy the trucks sufficiently. If you don't destroy the vehicles, I don't think it'll work. So just make sure you've completely finished off the vehicle and they're completely destroyed. So now we're going to go back, and we're still here in the OG destruction facility. Over in the OG destruction facility where that hidden door is. So we're going to go back there to the hidden door. We've gotten the key, we put it in there, we've lit up all of the lights. All the lights are green. Now the door is green. We're going to open the door, and we're going to grab ourselves a mega token. So there you go, guys. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to get the 17th mega token here in the game Blade League. So if you have Blade Ball experience, it might help you with this. So we're going to go into the game. This one, as far as getting the code for this thing, not really too hard to do. So you see we've got the colors there: orange, green, blue, purple, or at least for me, you might have a different order, but we need to get that event door open. So we got to open that keypad. So to find the numbers that we need, coordinating with the different colors, we go to different places in the game. So I'm just playing some 1v1s, and here in the stadium I see I've got a blue 8 right over there in the corner. So you can just, after you're done, you don't even have to win the game or finish the match, just restart in another server and then go to another place. And then here in hell, the hell spot right there in the hell map, you can see I've got an orange 9 in the back over there. So you guys can see, if you're looking around, you should see the numbers, pretty obvious. And I'm not sure if you're gonna get like all the same like numbers and colors in the same locations as I do, but for me, you know, stadium, hell, gray box, and heaven are the places where I found mine. So you might find that some numbers are in other areas, and you're definitely going to have different combinations of the colors and the numbers, because, you know, everyone's going to have their own randomly generated code right there. So right here, I've got a green 6. So that's what my number is for the green 6. And then the fourth and final number for me is over in the heaven map. So again, after we have our number, we just quit, we rejoin. If you have a VIP server and you join, or just do a 1v1, a lot of people are looking for it. But here in heaven, you can see right there, as soon as I start, in the back corner there, we've got a purple, and it is a 3. So I've got a blue 8, an orange 9, a green 6, and a purple 3. So these go in the order for me: orange, green, blue, purple, which is going to be 9, 6, 8, 3. So you can see how those numbers and those colors are actually coordinating with one another. So that's just a 4-digit code, and then the order for doing them is the order of the colors up there above it. So you do that, enter it, and then the check mark. If you do this correctly, it'll turn green, and then this door will open, and you're going to go to a boss fight. So here we go. This is a big boss fight, and at this point, you're just playing a round, a 1v1 against a really hard opponent who is this huge ogre dude, and you just have to beat him. Each game goes to a score of 6, so you have to get a total of 6 in order to win. So just don't let him hit you with those things, because it's going to stun you. He's got all sorts of stuff going on. It seems like if you get really close to him and try to hit it past him, it seems to work better. But he hits it up in the air, and he does all sorts of stuff. So after you beat him, though, in this 1v1 match, you guys will get the mega token for the 17th one. And yeah, now we're moving on to number 18. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? I'm going to show you how to get the 18th token here in Roblox in Bayside High School as a part of the Hunt Mega Edition event. So this one, you know, might take a little bit of time for you, depending on how good you are at the Crossy Roads thing. But basically, we're going to start out hidden here in the game. We're going to go to the principal's office. And of course, you have to make sure you get the 17 tokens before this. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. So here in the principal's office, we're going to go and we're going to open up our tools. And then in the search, we're going to search for camera. And you see where that camera's sort of pointed over there? You see over in those hills, nothing. We don't really see anything, but we just take a picture here, and now you see that door that opened up, but it's got 4 red things right there, like 4 red lights. So we got to turn those green. So there's a few things that we got to do in order to turn those green, so we can go through that. And you know, similar to other mega tokens, we just got to open a door. Kind of, you know, reminds me a little bit of the Crushers one that we just did, our car crushers too. Anyways, so what we're gonna do here is we got a few steps that we've got to go through. So first thing we're going to do is go over to the teacher's lounge, and then in the teacher's lounge we're going to grab ourselves a cup of coffee. Right there, yeah. I mean, what a good way to start the whole mission, with a nice cup of coffee, because, you know, you might need it. Like, especially, like, this whole thing, like, all these steps, I don't know if somebody figured it out. It's kind of weird that somebody would figure out all these random steps, like, so quickly. It's a little sus, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, I digress. You know, it seems like somebody may have been privy to some information that may have leaked, because there's some random things that you got to do. Anyways, we're going to the science room. Make sure in the science room we've got coffee. We're going to click on the board, and we're going to keep clicking on that little thing on the board until we get to a specific picture, which is this one right here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like the symbol for coffee or something. It might be, but it also looks a little bit like a mega token. Not gonna lie, it looks like a mega token. Anyways, we take a sip of our coffee in this room right in front of this board. So, and then you can see that thing pop up, and when that thing pops up, you also see a flashlight that appears right there. So if the flashlight hasn't appeared right there, there's something in one of these steps that have been done incorrectly. Now we take that flashlight, and we're going to go outside the school and back to where this little playground is, back here in the corner. So it's back there, not difficult to find. You just walk outside the school, go out there to the left side, and you guys can see the swings and all that stuff. So in this playground area, there is, you know, swing stuff, but there's this area right here, and right here, like right next to the rainbow, you can see right there. As long as we got this light on, we've got this. I think that's an ankh is what it's called. But anyways, it's, you know, history. It's an old Egyptian symbol. So now that we've revealed that, we're going to go back into the building, and we're going to go up to the history room. So we're going to go in here up the stairs. Generally, like, downstairs is where the principal's office, all that stuff is. Most of the classrooms for the different subjects are upstairs. So now what we're going to have to do is go on this other side here. We've got music, we've got math over there, history. So before we go into the history room, what we want to do actually is we're going to go to the tools, and we've got to grab ourselves a sign. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to search for SIGN for sign, and then we're going to grab that Go Team sign, and we're going to close that. So when we're in here, though, we need to edit the sign and put 247 as the numbers on the sign, and then we also have to click on this until we get this picture. So click on the board until you get that picture, and then hold that sign up saying 247 with these guys. You may have to equip the pencil too. I don't think you don't have to equip the pencil to edit it, I think. So I don't think that's really a big deal. But if it doesn't work, make sure you've got the pencil equipped, but I don't think that's really necessary. I just had it equipped. So now we're going to go into the music room, and we're going to go straight to the piano, and then we're going to type in the piano the word dead. DEAD, and we're going to do it on the white keys, not the black keys. I'm not sure if it'll work on the black keys. If you guys have done it on the black keys, let me know. I'm not sure, but DEAD. And then now we're one step closer to uncovering the truth. So now we are getting a little bit closer there to the end of it, but now what we got to do is the thing in the math room. And you know, there was a clue in there. It had a pi sign with a ZZA. Pizza, like pizza, but pizza pie. But then also pi was the pi symbol, which is a symbol that you might see on a calculator, right? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go grab ourselves a pizza, and we're going to take that pizza, and we're going to put it on a calculator. Yeah, like, I don't know, somebody just randomly figured this out, I suppose, after going through and randomly figuring out all these other steps. I don't know. Again, guys, a little sus. I don't know. Anyways, you want to go inside. Make sure you go to the inside menu, and then on the inside, click on pizza, and then sit down in the chair, after you order your pizza, and then your pizza will be soon delivered. You just sit there for a little bit and then boom, your food order is ready at the counter. So go and pick up that pizza that you ordered, and now we're going to run back to the school. I'm just going to speed this part forward a little bit because you guys know where the school is. We're just going right back to the school, and we're going to go upstairs to the math class at the school. So apparently, you know, again, somebody figured this out. We just take a pizza and throw it on top of the calculator. It doesn't have to be necessarily or land on top of the calculator, but as long as it's like basically dropped near the calculator, you guys will be good. So we're going to go into the math classroom right here, and then we've got the calculator back there on this table. So we're going to drop this pizza on the calculator. If you drop it on the floor, no worries, there's more pizzas there, but when you do it close enough to the calculator, you get this message right here. So now we've actually got all 4 of those lights lit up green there. So we're gonna walk outside of the school, and then we're gonna go to the right side of the school, and we're gonna go to that door. So this door back here, now, like if you've done all these things and you've seen all the messages pop up, like basically in the way we've done it so far, then you guys will see all of these lights are green, and you can go into this room. Now this one is definitely a super weird one, and again, another weird random one that I don't know how anyone figured this out, but we're gonna go to the emotes there, the little wavy hand there below the shop, and then we're gonna click on the fart emoji, and then we're gonna fart on the pipe right there, like that little spot in the pipe. Like if it doesn't work the first time, just keep walking around, and then you're gonna get a cutscene here with, of course, a nice little cutscene with a repeat of what you did, which apparently your gas with the other gas created some sort of like fire that caused the whole place to explode. So yeah, pretty interesting little cutscene right there. But now we're going to be teleported over here after the cutscene to this special area, which is going to put us back into the Crossy Roads thing. You guys remember going through Crossy Roads the first couple times? So now we're going to have to go through it again. It's not like we have to go forward like 50 steps in the same way we did for the normal token, but it's basically there is the principal who is chasing you, and this principal's got a weird secret going on, and you need to destroy the principal. So as you go forward in the Crossy Road levels, like you just kind of keep going forward, he's going to keep going forward. If he catches up to you, he kills you, and you can see he's got 5 hearts right there. So you need to keep going until you get 5 bombs, and then each bomb is going to hit him and take one of the hearts away. This is one of the bombs here, for instance, that hits him, and you want to make sure you don't die, otherwise you're going to have to start this whole thing over again, and you're just going to have to keep doing this whole Crossy Road thing until you get 5 bombs and take him out. And then when you take out the principal with 5 of these bombs, then he will die, and you guys will get your mega token right there. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.